Hello, this is Carlos Samaniego coming to you live from Tax Debt Consultant, my office here in Redlands, and I am excited to kind of share some news. Basically, if you owe taxes to the Franchise Tax Board or the state of California, this is a video you definitely want to listen to. And if you're joining us live, can you let me know that if you can hear the sound? I've been having sound issues all day long with my computers. Just let me know in the comments below if you can definitely hear me, okay? Okay, yeah, my wife just told me, hi honey, that you can actually hear the sound. Like I said, this video is primarily intended for people who owe money to the Franchise Tax Board. And the reason is, it's a couple. This week alone, I've had 3 people call me that they've had the state of California actually levy their bank accounts. As they say, they took my money out of my bank account. And we'll go into details a little bit more than that. Then I happened to see a article that my good friend Diane Kennedy at usataxaid.com posted talking about what to do when the state tax collectors come. So that's what we're going to talk about today. But before I get into details in regards to that, I want to send a big shout out to Pronto Tax. I just found out today I won their 2020 Tax Professional of the Year award, and I'm truly humbled and thankful for that award. There were so many good stories and candidates for that award, and each one of them should have actually won. They could have all won this award, and so I am very just humbled that I actually got that award. So thank you, Pronto Tax. Thank you to all my mentors, and I listed you in my Facebook post. Again, I just want to thank everybody, because this business, it's really a big community, and we all really help each other quite a bit. So let's talk about the state of California. Here's what I'm going to talk about first. I'm going to talk about a client that I had last week. Client calls me up on Monday. He went to his bank account to get some money out to his ATM and had no money. It was gone. He didn't know what had happened, so obviously he went into the bank and they told him that the state of California has a hold on their money. So he immediately calls me, because I deal with his taxes, and Carlos, what happened? What's going on? I didn't owe taxes last year, and we ended up finding out. I made a couple of phone calls and found out that he had a tax debt from 2013. He owed money from 2013. And the state of California actually had just put a levy on his bank account to get paid for 2013. And it was all the money that he had, all the money for his rent, to pay for utilities, food, everything. He had no way of paying for that. So I'll share with you what we ended up doing to actually help him. But here's what you have to remember. Right now, the IRS literally put kind of a temporary hold on all collection actions that are automated collection actions. So because of the COVID-19, they've actually put a hold on everything. They're giving people kind of a breather on collections with the IRS. However, the state, they're not doing that. As of July 15th, that the state is going full bore on collections. And as Diane kind of mentioned in her article, you know what? The states need money. They need money desperately. So they're finding ways of collecting money, and this is one of the best ways for them to collect money. People that haven't paid their taxes. And they are they've always been pretty aggressive when it comes to that. And you may be asking, well, do they have to give me a notice prior to collections? Yes, they do have to give you notice. But if you have some old outstanding tax debts, more than likely you got those notices years ago that they were going to possibly levy a bank account. Because I had asked that question with my client. Well, he did not get a notice in regards to this levy action. And she said, yeah, we did. Quite a few years ago he got that notice. And once we give notice, we don't have to give any more notices. So he had gotten the notice. So here's what you need to do if you owe money to the state of California. 1, don't ignore the notices. You do not want to ignore those notices. Once you get that notice, you have to do something. Whether contact your tax professional, contact an EA, a CPA, tax attorney to be able to deal with that. Contact me. I deal with California franchise tax problems. So you need to speak to somebody in regards to that tax debt. Because what you don't want to do, as Diane mentioned in her article, you don't want to volunteer anything, but you don't want to lie as well. You just want to give short, simple answers. Here's the other thing, talking about short, simple answers. If they got your phone number or have your phone number, they will call you. So you need to be really careful of what you say on the telephone when you're talking with them. You know what? If you don't know the answer or not positive on the answer they're asking you, tell them. I don't know. I don't remember. Great advice, Diane. Really good advice. Because that can cause really major headaches down the road. 2, try to delay temporarily until you get help. If you're going to get assistance from a CPA, an EA, a tax attorney, or myself, you definitely want to get help in regards to that, because they tend to go on a fishing expedition when they start asking you questions. So get help. But again, do not ignore the letter. So if you can delay temporarily, do that. If you can't, your tax professional can usually get a temporary collection hold to be able to do that. And lastly, hire somebody that has experience in dealing with the state of California. State of California is tricky. In fact, I remember last year going to Sacramento to study how to deal with collections with the state of California. And literally, this is the manual that I have dealing specifically with tax problems with the state of California. It's not easy. So, going back to the client that I helped, here's the great thing that happened with him. I was able to get all that money released within 24 hours, all his money. So there was a complete hold on his bank account. Within 24 hours, I was able to get a release on that money so he could pay his rent, pay his utilities, buy food for the house. But again, he called somebody that had experience in dealing with the state of California. He had asked me, well, Carlos, I don't understand. Why didn't they take the money in my other bank account that I have and only money out of that one bank account? And the interesting thing is, when I was talking to the agent on the phone that was dealing with his specific account, is she said that they already had sent the letter to levy that bank account as well. The bank hadn't gotten the letter. And they had already sent a wage garnishment letter to his employer to garnish his wages. But we were able to completely stop all that by coming up with a resolution with basically a phone call that I was able to provide. So again, if you've got a letter from the state of California, don't ignore it. Be careful on what you say when you, if you happen to talk to them or they happen to catch you by phone, and hire a tax professional if you want somebody with experience to deal with that. With that, I'm going to let you guys go. Again, thank you, Pronto Tax School, for the award. Truly, truly humbled and truly appreciate that. And I'll talk to you guys later.